Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. It's time to catch up with McKendree baseball coach Danny Jackson. And coach, a month into the season, the Bearcats, after a slow start, have really come on strong of late. 8-10 overall heading into this weekend's conference openers against the University of Illinois Springfield. Why don't you go ahead and give us your general assessment of the first month of the season for the Bearcats?
Yeah, well, I think, just trying to get used to playing together and, with a new approach. I think it was just a little hard at first. Guys weren't completely buying in right away, and they weren't having success right away, so that makes you kind of question what you're doing. But over the last 3 weeks, I've been extremely happy with the way we've been playing. We've come around offensively. We're starting to have a lot more quality at bats. Our pitching staff is really starting to come together, and guys are stepping up. And, we're starting to put it all together. I think we've won 7 out of our last 11 games. So after starting off 1-6, I'm really happy with the way we've played the last 3 weeks.
You allude to that 1-6 start, a rough weekend, especially at Drury University. You lost all 4, but it really showed signs the last couple of games that the Bearcats might start to break through, and that was the case. A couple of close games to end that series that really fed into the next couple of contests.
Yeah, Drury was tough. We lost Brian Christensen for the year, and I think that kind of trickled over into the way we played. Said we had, that's a big time arm that we're without the rest of the year. So we kind of had a little adversity that first day, and it kind of took its toll on us. But we bounced back the next day. We just couldn't score. Our pitching staff did a great job keeping us in the games. We just we didn't swing the bats well enough. But sure enough, the next weekend against Hillsdale, we started to put it all together. Won a couple, and then we took a series from William Jewell. And then a very tough Rockers team, and then we split with Maryville yesterday. So overall, I'm very happy with the way we're starting to play.
You alluded to the 7 of the last 11 for the Bearcats. Like we said, just 2 games under 500 going into conference play. Looking at the roster, obviously some lineup tweaks throughout the year, but some guys that really seem to have stepped up, at least on the offensive side. Hayden Bodine's been a real surprise. Has really come on the last couple of weeks, hitting over 400 now, 435 going into the weekend. Jeff Wetzler's been a surprise, has earned a starting role at third base. And talk about some of those guys and what they've shown so far.
Yeah, Hayden's been great. He's been great all year. Ever since he's cracked the lineup, he's stuck with the approach, and he's been having a lot of success. He's not afraid to go up the middle the other way with the ball. He's not afraid to turn on the mistake on the inner half. But when he gets to 2 strikes, he puts the ball in play. He refuses to strike out. And when you do that, good things happen, as we saw yesterday. 2-strike little chopper that's just in between a tough play, and he gets a base hit out of it. So he's been a really, really tough out and a really big bright spot in our lineup. Jeff Wetzler has done a phenomenal job. We moved him to third base. He's been playing outstanding D, something that doesn't show up in the scorebook every night. But his defense has been great. He's made every routine play, and he's made some phenomenal plays. And he's also been handling the bat. He's moved runners. He's drove some in. He's got on base. He's doing everything we could ask from him. So he's been a really bright spot too. So Jeff's doing a good job, and he's out with the stomach flu right now. We're hoping to have him back for tomorrow. But really happy with the way those 2 guys are playing.
Another newcomer that's been really seems to have stepped into a leadership role, Cody Hall, batting in the number 2 spot in the order, getting the job done, doing the little things that I know you want a senior leader to have.
Absolutely. And that's what we talked to Cody about when he's coming in. He's had the experience at the highest level, at the Division I level, so we just want him to come in and play, lead by example, do the little things right, and everybody else will follow. And that's what you want from your shortstop. You want your shortstop to be a leader on the field, and he does a great job defensively. He's made some amazing plays over there, but he also handles the bat in the 2-hole, and he's been there every game. So I think he'll continue to stay there and do a great job.
Another thing that's helped fuel this hot stretch for McKendree, your pitching staff has really started to round into form. Some guys that you were counting on early in the year, maybe a couple shaky starts early on, but they've really started to round into form. Nick Young, coming back from injury, has done a phenomenal job. And talk about some of those guys on your staff.
Terry DeVille has given us a chance to win every single time he's been on the mound. He's done a phenomenal job, and that's all you can ask of your guys, is to give us a chance. He's kept us in games, kept us around 3 to 5 runs, giving up, and that's really all we're asking for, is give us a chance to stay in the ball game, eliminate the big innings, and we have a chance to win the game. He's done that every time out, and that's and he's throwing in the toughest game. He's throwing in game 1. So unfortunately, he hasn't got a lot of run support because our offense is facing the best pitcher for the other team. So really happy with how he's done. Nick Young's been awesome. He really has. Ever since he came back from his injury and got thrown back into the starting role, he's been unhittable. He's locating his fastball. He's worked on a split finger with John that's really come around, and his slider is really, really good. So those 2 guys have given us a chance the last 4 weeks to win, and we feel like every time they step on the mound, we're going to win a ball game. And I think Brad Henry's been really good overall this year. He didn't have that great of a weekend against Rockhurst. He was only locating his fastball. He didn't have his off-speed pitching. And when you have only one pitch working against a good hitting team, you're going to get hit around a little bit. But up until last week, Brad Henry's been really well, and I think our bullpen's been really good. Matt Washy, Matt Henning, those guys have been staples in our bullpen. We know if we got a lead and we go to them, we're going to win. That's how we feel. And Dylan Salzman looked really good yesterday. That was good to see. Starkweather last weekend looked really good. So we're looking for some of those guys to step up and give us some quality innings. Brandon Tatum looked good yesterday. We gave him the start in hopes that he would get some confidence rolling into this weekend, and he'll get the start on Sunday. Him and Brad will start. So we'll have two lefties going on Sunday, and we like our chances.
Coach, being around your team the last couple of weeks, one thing I noticed that you're very big on is attention to detail, doing the little things right. I know in that first game yesterday, some things didn't go well. You reminded your team of that, and they seemed to respond in the second game. How important is that attention to detail going to be heading into GLVC play?
Extremely important. It's extremely important every time you step on the field. And we talk about it ad nauseum every day. It's because it is important. You've got to do the little things. Just one little detail in the second inning could be the difference in a ball game. Did you get a bunt down? Are you missing signs? Are you ready to play when you get off the bus? And that's my biggest thing. When you show up to the field, you need to have great energy. You need to be ready mentally. Your focus needs to be there. And if you're not, you're going to find your butt on the bench. That happened this week. I hate to do that, but if you're not ready to play, there's 7 guys in the dugout that are. So, fortunately, we have the flexibility to do that. But I hate to do that, but guys know what I expect of them, and they responded well because I challenged them after the first game. When we come out with our attention to detail, our focus is good, our effort and attitude are there, we're tough to beat. But sometimes we just don't bring that. And I'm saying, do you guys understand? Do you see the difference in the way we play? And they do. So getting them to come out that way every day is the challenge. But when they do, man, we're pretty good. So I'm hoping that they start to bring that every day because I know they don't like hearing me yell.
The script totally flips now as you enter conference play. This is a team that was picked to finish in the lower half of the East Division. I know being around the team, the guys have some confidence going into this weekend. What are your expectations heading into GLVC play?
We're going to go out to win every series. That's our goal. Win every series every weekend or every midweek. We're going to control what we control. Pay attention to the little things. Big body language. Going to attack fastballs. We're going to attack on the mound, attack on defense, and that's all we can control. So, we're going to go out and try and win the series. That's all we can do. Whatever happens, happens. We don't pay attention to where we're ranked or what we did last year or what we're going to do in the future, just one game at a time.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Scott.
Don't forget, schedule changes this weekend. McKendree plays UIS at home Friday and Sunday with doubleheaders beginning at Hypes Field at 12 noon. You can follow along as well online at mckbearcats.com and on the GLVC Sports Network at glvcsn.com/McKendree.
Go Bearcats.